Hello and welcome back, Guardians and Gamers. In this video, I'm going to be going over an absolutely OP Solar Hunter build, or at least my take on the Solar Hunter build, and I'm really loving it. I mean, it's that part of the season where you kind of want to change it up as to what you're using. It's kind of getting a little bit old. We're going to get into this and let you guys see how I'm putting this build together. So let's start off on the artifact. So first column, I mean, it's absolutely up to you guys what you want to be putting in here. I have gone with the anti-barrier auto rifle, the unstoppable scout rifle, as well as the unstoppable fusion rifle, just because I love using the tessellation. It is a very, very good fusion rifle. Moving on over to the second column, we've gone with the Strand and Solar Siphon combo. I've also gone with the Origin perk specialization, which greatly improves the benefit provided by different perks on which weapons. The main one that I'm grabbing out of here is going to be the Nanotech Tracer rockets. Unsated Hunger is absolutely amazing if you're picking up those weapons as well. And I've also put on the third column the Thanotaic Tangle, so using strand weapons and getting final blows have a chance to generate a tangle. So not only are you going to be able to get those solar orbs that you can pick up and throw, you can also get the strand tangles that you can pick up and throw. Really helps you out in some of those sticky situations. And the next one up, we've gone with the Origin perk specialization number 2. So weapons with the Head Rush, Nanotech Tracer rockets, Unsated Hunger, Cursed Thrall Origin traits are always overcharged when that modifier is active. So the way that works is you're going to get those precision shots, which is just going to give you those Nanotech Tracer rockets, which when you do hit them with those Nanotech Tracer rockets, they are overpowered. It's absolutely awesome. And next up, we've also got elemental orbs for solar. So when using your solar subclass, solar weapon final blows have a chance to spawn solar elemental orbs. Solar orbs can be thrown to create a solar explosion that scorches targets, it damages, and depending on how you have your build set up, you can stack those scorches to take out a lot of ads, basically. Moving on over to the fourth column, I have gone with the communal pickups. So if you're creating orbs or anything that your allies can pick up, it is going to help you out. So when an ally destroys or picks up your tangle or elemental orb, that tangle cooldown is reduced to 5 seconds, and you gain a bonus damage with weapons matching your subclass type. So a lot of the build, what I like to point out to people when putting together a build, is really synergize your weapons with what you're using, and we'll get into that later on in the video. Moving on, we've got refreshing pickup. So picking up a tangle or elemental orb grants energy to your least powered ability. So a lot of what you're going to be doing is spamming your abilities, so being able to get those back a whole lot quicker will help out quite a bit. And the last column, we have gone with, of course, Monochromatic Maestro. So dealing elemental ability damage increases matching weapon damage, and elemental weapon damage increases matching ability damage. Bonus granted is 10% for 5 seconds. That is huge. If you guys are able to chuck your throwing knives out there, get that damage. You've also got Radiant. This is going to boost that for 10% for the 5 seconds. This is really going to add a huge amount to the damage that you are able to put out. Other ones that you can go with in here, the one that I went with was elemental munitions. So combatant final blows with tangles or elemental orbs have a chance to drop special or heavy ammo, which, as we all know, if you do need that heavy ammo, this could help you out. Another one that you could go with is Elemental Embrace. If you want that little bit of survivability, this could help you out. So subclass elemental buffs grant you bonus recovery and damage resistance against combatant attacks of matching elemental type. So getting those buffs will increase your recovery and resilience. Another one that could help you out. It's up to you guys what you want to use. Other ones like the rapid precision hit could weaken targets, and frenzied stacks. Your armor charge grants bonus damage to your throw-in tangles or elemental orbs. Your armor charge now decays over time, so that's not too bad as well. You can use semi-auto striker, so if you have fewer than 2 stacks of armor charge, rapid precision shots with bows, snipers, and scout rifles generate an armor charge. So that is another thing that can help you out with this build. It's kind of up to you guys how you want to go with it and how you're putting together the build. Moving on, we're going to take a look at what our subclass is. We're going with Blade Barrage. We're also going with Gambler's Dodge, which is going to give our melee ability back right away if we're able to dodge when you're right beside an enemy. Moving on over, it's up to you guys. For Hunter, I always say triple jump. Knife trick, so this is going to give you the 3 knives that you're able to throw out, and if you're able to take out an enemy, you can get those knives back right away. So throwing a fan of flaming knives that scorches targets on hit. It also will give you radiant. We're going to get into that with our fragments. And I've also gone with healing grenade. Do I need healing grenade with how I have this set up? No, maybe not, but it is there just in case for that survivability aspect. If your other teammates are having to constantly pick you up, you might want to throw on healing grenade. But other than that, incendiary grenades are absolutely awesome. Fusion grenades are awesome. Solar grenades are awesome. It really just depends what you guys want to use. Even the firebolt grenade is really decent if you want to get those scorch stacks on some enemies. Aspects, I've gone with knock them down. So just to point out how this is going to work, your solar supers are enhanced. So Deadshot Golden Gun, Marksman's Golden Gun, Blade Barrage launches more projectiles. So more projectiles hitting a target is going to help you out, while Radiant Final Blows with your equipped throwing knives fully refund melee energy. So like I said, getting those knives out and taking out targets is going to give you those knives back to throw right away. Moving on over to the next aspect. So on your mark, so precision final blows grant you and nearby allies increased weapon handling and reload speed for a short duration, stacks 3 times. Activating your class ability immediately grants maximum stacks of your or on your mark. So on your mark is really going to help you out as well. Moving on to the fragments that I've thrown in here, we got Ember of Torches. So powered melee attacks against combatants make you and nearby allies radiant. We've also got Ember of Singeing. So your class ability recharges faster when you scorch targets. So like I said, being able to constantly throw those knives out and getting scorched on those enemies is going to give you that enhanced class ability recharge, which is if you do need those knives back, you need to dodge, you can do that right away. Ember of Empyrean solar weapon or ability final blows, extended duration of restoration and radiant effects applied to you. So this is going to help you out. So weapons or ability final blows. So depending on which weapons you're using, or if you're getting those kills with your throwing knives, this is going to help your restoration and radiant effects. Defeating scorched targets grants melee energy and creates a fire sprite. And that was also Ember of Searing, sorry. Ember of Ashes, you apply more scorch stacks. With creating these fire sprites, you can put on another fragment that picking up those fire sprites will heal you. I can't remember off the top of my head which one it is. I think it's this one, Ember of Mercy. Picking up fire sprites grants restoration. So this is another one you could probably switch out with Ember of Ashes. That will help you out with that survivability. Just depends what you guys want to go with. Moving on off of that, we're going to take a quick look at how we have the armor set up. So of course, with the solar build, we are going with Foe Tracer. Absolutely kudos to Bungie for rewriting this. Let's take a look at exactly what they are rewriting. Relentless Tracker. So damaging a powerful combatant or guardian with an ability grants you a temporary bonus to weapon damage matching your subclass type. So if you're on solar, using solar weapons, you get a damage bonus. Plus you're also using monochromatic maestro. Plus you're also using radiant. These are starting to stack up. How much are they stacking up? I don't know. Is Bungie allowing us to put out this much damage and be this OP? Hell yeah, they are. So defeating that target with a weapon matching the damage type of your subclass creates an elemental pickup. So you'll be able to go and pick up that orb and chuck it and then do some more scorch damage. It's absolutely awesome. And I love those stacks of scorch damage. Moving on over to our arms, the gauntlets, we've got the resilience mod, which is going to boost our resilience, and I've also put on strength, which is going to help us get that melee back a little bit quicker. The other ones, also to point out, ashes to assets. I went with ashes to assets as well as hands on. So melee kills grant super energy, as well as you get super energy on grenade kills. This one doesn't really matter too much. You could probably put two hands on in there. Over to gauntlets again, we've got heavy handed as well as impact induction. For our chest armor, I went with harmonic resistance, which is going to give you a lower cost for this mod, and it's what your subclass energy is. So if it's solar, you're going to have a little bit of solar resistance, and if it's anything else, it's whatever it's matching that subclass type is the harmonic. I've also got void resist on here and arc resist. Now, I've really put it out there about these resistance mods. Are they doing anything for you? So if you have 100 resil on your character, are these mods actually adding to any resilience? It's kind of curious because it doesn't really seem to, depending on what you guys are in, especially the last boss and Ghost of the Deep. I think you can put 3 arc resistance mods on and it still doesn't matter. Moving on over to legs, we've got recuperation as well as orbs of restoration and solar weapon surge, which is also going to boost a little bit more damage if you've been collecting orbs and if you're making orbs. Moving on to our class item, which is the cloak for the hunter. We've got outreach, so reduces melee cooldown when using your class ability. Utility kickstart, so collecting an orb of power causes you to gain 1 temporary armor charge. When your class ability energy is fully expended, you gain class ability energy. So once you use that energy, if you have 1 armor charge, you're going to be able to get that energy back a whole lot quicker. Moving on over to bomber, reduces grenade cooldown when using your class ability. So if you use your dodge, you're able to get that melee back, and you're able to get that healing grenade back a whole lot quicker if you're going to need it. Moving on to some weapons that I am going to point out for this. Like I said, if you're using a strand weapon or you're able to get kills with a strand weapon, this is going to create a tangle that you can pick up and throw. Now with this weapon, I've also gone with reconstruction and hatchling on this. So getting kills as well has a chance of creating a hatchling, which absolutely destroys little groups of ads. So having that on there will help a lot. A lot of people go with target lock. It's really up to you guys. Other things in different situations that can help you out. Wish Ender is absolutely amazing. If you guys haven't picked this up and you do want to add it, I highly recommend it. Another one would be Outbreak Perfected. Other ones, Malfeasance. Now, Wither Horde isn't just one of those weapons that you can shoot at the ground and it just creates that puddle and enemies stand in it, or guardians stand in it and it kills them. You can also use Wither Horde for doing dot damage. Dot damage is damage over time. So if you're able to hit your enemy with Wither Horde, swap to your heavy, do burst damage with your heavy, you're doing 2 different types of damage. You're doing damage over time as well as doing burst damage. Now, with your subclass and how the build is set up using different heavy weapons, if you're Radiant, as well as getting the monochromatic Maestro boosts, you're able to do a huge amount of damage with your heavy weapons. Other ones that I'm going to point out for your kinetic weapons that can help out, Suros Regime will help out with health regen. Conditional Finality, if you guys haven't got this, you need to do the Root of Nightmares raid. If you guys are looking for a raid group, feel free to hit up the Discord channel. Love to have you guys. Another weapon that you can use which really helps with swapping back and forth between your heavy and your primary, your kinetic, is Arbalest. Arbalest also takes out shields on enemies in one shot. So taking that shield down will help out quite a bit. Now, this goes into the reason why I'm using nanotech tracer rockets. Epochal integration hand cannon is absolutely awesome. Rolling with the keep away and incandescent and having the nanotech or tracer rockets absolutely makes this thing a very, very good asset to use. Other weapons that I've been throwing in with this is Acacia's Dejection, another Root of Nightmares weapon, reconstruction incandescent on that absolutely claps. Vex Mythoclast claps. Tessellation, you can throw that healing grenade in there. You're going to do some very good damage, very good against unstops. Battler, Demolitionist, Incandescent, you're going to be able to get that grenade back a whole lot quicker. You're watching things explode, as well as spread Scorch onto other enemies. I've been sitting on this one for a while. The Coronarch auto rifle with Envious Assassin and Incandescent. This thing is really good. It's a 600 RPM auto rifle and it does clap. Another one is Devil's Ruin. This thing is also very good against unstops as well. Some other ones, Skyburner's Oath, Polaris Lance, and Hierarchy of Needs are all really, really good solar weapons that synergize with your build quite a bit. And it's not in here, but if you do have the a solar glaive, solar glaives do work really good. Moving on to some heavy weapons to point out with this, the Apex Predator, if you're able to craft it, you get that reconstruction bait and switch. So you tap your enemy with a little bit of this and a little bit of this and hit them with a whole lot of that. That activates bait and switch. You're able to shoot those rockets. A lot of bosses' phases are really short, so once you get back in to do like a second phase of damage, reconstruction has taken effect and put 2 more rockets into the chamber for you. So pop that trigger. Don't forget to throw your knives, get that radiant, boost that damage. Other ones is Briar's Contempt. Briar's also synergizes with using Rufus. Briar's does have harmonic resonance. So equipping multiple weapons from this set grants this weapon increased reload speed and handling. It also deals increased damage versus Tormentors, Loosened Hive, and Guardians using their supers. So it is very, very decent. I love using this thing. It's like a 3-round burst solar destruction. Other ones that you can use and that you should be picking up is Lament. Xenophage is another really good pairing, solar pairing with this. And believe it or not, Parasite, if you guys are looking to put out some damage and you're not always using your heavy, getting damage or getting those kills will give Parasite stacks. I do believe it's up to times 10 for those stacks. So once you use that worm with 10 stacks, the damage that it puts out is huge. Another good one is Sleeper Simulant. If you guys haven't picked this up yet, I do suggest that you do. It will absolutely wreck a lot of enemies right now and a lot of bosses that you're up against. Everybody, if you can do me that favor, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you guys are looking for any more build videos. Get into the comments, hit us up, youtube.com/@Starset7Gaming. Love to have you guys. Until next time, you guys be safe and take care.